Hey everyone, Aussie Viking here to do a video on Overwatch. So the weekend happened, went past, well it did for you guys in Australia, it's about Tuesday as I make this day ahead and all that. But Overwatch was available for free on the weekend for Xbox One and PS4. So as somebody that wanted to play it, I decided, hey, let's download and give it a go. I did, and I have a few things to say. Now, I played about 5 to 6 hours of it, so I haven't gotten totally deep into it. I couldn't, because we had some problems getting a game. You know, there'd be times where you'd be into a skirmish match. So the idea is when you get into a game and you're waiting to like get a game, it will take you into a skirmish match where you can just kill people as you wait. That's actually a really good idea, and I really like that. But I'd get into a skirmish match, between 30 seconds to a minute later, I get pushed out to go to a lobby for another game, and it would just keep getting a black screen and nothing would happen. You get out, you try it again, nothing. You get to a skirmish game, and then you get put out, black screen over and over again. So that really was annoying, and I stopped playing because of that. But from what I did play, I can say this: it's a great game. There's negatives I have for it, but overall it was a fantastic game and I thoroughly enjoyed it. The depth, the level design, the characters themselves, how much characterization they have for just being there is great, you know. First off, the depth. So when you play, say, as a healer, you don't want to just run in and kill people, you know. That's not how this game is. This isn't Call of Duty where you can just be your own man, one-man army. If you're a healer, you want to stand back from the rest of the group, heal them when you can, and get the stronger guys at the front, you know. That's really great, very tactical itself. Or if you're a big bloke, a big guy, there's one that has a shield with a giant hammer, can't remember his name. You want to get him at the front, use the shield, take the fire when they're attacking, and then get the other guys to attack and all that. Now, to an extent, you would want to have people that you can talk to, because that would make it more tactical. But if you don't, it can still work, because every single character can use their own, like, you got attackers, you got defenders and all that in this like own character slot, so that all works out, you know. It even tells you when you haven't got the right characters and such. So overall, for that side of things, it was great. I thoroughly enjoyed it, but there are negatives. Negatives, first of all, is you can't play anything offline. You can play with bots, but you need to be online to get a team on your side to fight the bots. Not exactly bad, but, you know, going back to, say, Quake 3 Arena, right? The good thing about Quake 3 Arena is if you were offline, if you unplugged your internet or the internet went down, you could still play Quake 3 Arena. Everything you could play online would be offline, and that was fantastic. That was one of the best things ever. You know, you could just be like, oh, you know, some deathmatch. Internet's down, whatever, bots. Get as close as you can to online, and you could do that, you know. You can't necessarily do it here, and I find that strange. So, for me, an online-only game can become a great, you know, must-have game if you have all the online modes for offline, you know. Play by yourself, you know. That's what I think an online game should be when you have an online game. Now, a lot of critics are like, oh, best game, newest game ever, best Blizzard game and all that, so on and so forth. And it's like, but there have been games which have online and offline, yet they've been rated downwards because it's multiplayer only. And it's like, well, so is Overwatch. So why is Overwatch getting 10s and 9s, you know? I find it strange. It's a good game, but I don't think it's, at the moment, 9 to 10 range of perfection, you know? And I don't know how Blizzard does their things, because, again, I've only really played a few of their games, Diablo 1 and 2, and StarCraft 1, and I've never been around in the area and situation where they can have updates and all that. So I don't know how they go. I do know they've added a few new maps and a few characters, or maybe one character at the moment, for free. So I'd assume that the rest of the content will be free, which is awesome. But for something that hasn't got offline nor a campaign mode, I can't help but feel like it's losing something. It's very fun to play, and I get that, but for me at least, just always online it's not worth it unless I can play offline. But that might just be me. But overall, for what it is still really good. If this is your sort of game, Team Fortress style, you will absolutely love it, you know. You'll love the characters, you'll love the stories that they have, you'll love the gameplay itself. You're going to have a lot of waifu entertainment if you're a male or a female, if that's what you go for. Men-wise, if you're a man, if you're a woman looking for a man, you know, you like the video game characters. I can't really see much of the men that good, but then again, I'm a guy, you know. I'd rather keep to the female ones. But I'm quite surprised how interesting these characters are without actually having a story to tell. Well, they have a story to tell, but you don't get to really get that story. Then again, that might have changed since I haven't really played that many hours. I haven't played 100 hours like some people do. So, but overall, it is a very fun game, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. But there are some downsides to it that I thought I'd have to get out to you. If you love tactical games, I'm sure you've already bought this, but you know, these are just my views on it, and I'm very interested to see how it goes in the future. I might buy it when it gets down to 30, 20 bucks if I can, if there's a lot more content and possibly some offline modes, but I doubt it. So, anyway, Aussie Viking out. I'll see you in Valhalla. Bye. Game of Thrones, one of the biggest fantasy worlds out there today, full of political intrigue, blood and gore, death, magic, even more death. Everything a good show needs.